Greetings.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Yes. We are out in front of United Cinemas in Narellan. And
yes.
what are we watching?
We are watching the new Chris Pratt movie with Rebecca Ferguson called Mercy.
Yes. We're seeing it in there.
United Cinemas Narellan.
Yep. So, sci-fi action?
Sci-fi, yeah. So pretty much the way I actually listened to an interview with Chris Pratt this week, and he pretty much said that the reason why he loved the script, he loved the story, but he also wanted to go back to the way it was in the 80s, which he commended his father-in-law, Arnold Schwarzenegger, where you got those old-time sci-fi films where you've got they're about 90 minutes long, everything gets wrapped up into one narrative story, and it's a nice, quick, action-paced film. So what I'm hoping that's what I get out of this one. I want to get out of a good time, nice quick pace, a good compact story, and have some fun in a sci-fi action, which we haven't actually had that many sci-fi actions lately to actually get us minds thinking and get it embedded within a new story. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, fair enough too. Anyway, we're going to go in there, check it out, and we'll report to you our review afterwards.
Hell yes.
I've got no idea what that whole thing is.
Mr. Miyagi, Karate Kid. Daniel-san.
We'll leave it at that. We'll be right back. There you go, we just watched Mercy.
Out of the theatre reaction. Your thoughts first, mate.
It's a movie that you only want to see once. It's basically a guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, I could say that as well. Yeah. I'm still trying to gather my thoughts about it still. I just don't know. Like, the concept was good. I found that the way they used the editing was done very well in the mixture with the AI and the trial and that kind of stuff, and having to go for all the different footage and getting a lot of things going. I don't know what it is.
Okay. The fact that they're basing it on AI. Okay, so
It's very attuned to what is going on in today's.
and AI can't replace human behavior.
In a gut feeling. They can't have human instincts. They don't have a gut feeling. They can't just have thinking out loud. They can't think and they can't operate. It's very much a major plot point with the Rebecca Ferguson's AI character.
Oh, she was great in it. Very
She had that
very robotic, of
yeah,
course.
she had that very undertones, very much how with her voice and how she's be able to command a screen with a camera run in her peripheral.
Yeah, and I will say, hold on, just get away from that light reflection. I was finding the first half hour or whatever a bit nauseating because the way it was flowing. You know, like Ang Lee's Hulk.
Yes.
Okay, you know how it was like comic book style moving.
The way they were going from scene to scene and how it was edited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this movie, the majority of it's like that too. It's just motions all over the place, switching from screen to screen, window to window, kind of like if you were watching someone navigate the movie on a computer.
Yeah.
Which it was, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. Like the editing style was for what they were trying to convey with the story and the way they were going from, and how, of course, it was him on trial in this new version of a policed AI system.
Yep.
They used that as a plot point, and the way they used it within the editing. I thought that was a interesting concept of how they can bring their story together. Some people like yourself can find it a bit confronting and a bit disjointed. I didn't mind it because it was like I was watching you're on a dual screen, you're going from scene to scene.
And when it comes to anything that's all about crime or trying to solve like a whodunit thing, I always try and solve it before, or try and pick it. Yeah. So, but that's really I'm not going to say anything's too much, but out of 5 stars, I would give it about a 3, nearly 3.5. Like,
Okay.
but it's only because you've seen it once. I'm not going to watch it again.
It doesn't have any repeat viewings. Like I said in the
It just ends too.
Yes, it's very anticlimactic at the end, and like I said at the beginning, like it is a story that it does definitely wraps up the entire thing in a way. It is very anticlimactic in some instance. I would probably myself rate it between a 2.5 to a 3.
Yeah. Like I'm
because
struggling.
it doesn't have
I'm struggling for a 3.
Yeah, it doesn't have any repeat viewing, and I don't mind watching it. It's not like I regret watching it. It didn't provide the big sci-fi aspect that I was hoping to get from it.
Think Minority Report in a way. Like
Just less epic.
Yeah, and it's it's only based in a not too distant future, like only a couple of years away from
now. Yeah,
so
it's set in 2029.
It can be somewhat realistic in a way.
Yeah, so I didn't mind it. I thought the performances like Pratt and Ferguson, they did very well in with managing that relationship between AI and person on trial. I found that some of the editing, how it flowed was done well. Some of the bad points about it, especially in the third act, a lot of the CGI was very noticeable. I felt like at certain points throughout the entire film, I was watching a streaming film, not a theatrical film.
Yeah, that's what it
the way
felt
it was
like.
shot and edited.
Yeah, it could have been easily like a Netflix film.
Yes, that's where I was thinking. Like it was a lot of the time, especially when it comes to when it was him in the chair and he was going through the files and his evidence. That was kind of cool. As soon as they went outside of that and they did a lot of the action pieces in the
It lost
some of its momentum and some of its believability. It took you out of the story because some of it was just so noticeable, unrealistic. I just couldn't really get attached to it.
It felt like that you were actually part of it, doing the research and everything too. So,
yeah. So when like I said, when you were with Ferguson and Pratt's character, you felt like you're locked in with him in the chair, and that's what I found that part was good. But when they started to branch out a little bit further, it was good. The third act, like the mystery behind it, I thought it was good mystery because what you think it's at the beginning, it definitely gets to a different point. Where by the time you get to the end, you definitely think of a different avenue, which I quite enjoyed that point. So I think it's a solid 2.5, maybe a 3 with a thumbs up to a very borderline thumbs up like. But it was still, there was enough in there that there's definitely a lot in there that kind of give you a good viewing experience to an extent, but doesn't have too much repeat viewing.
And the moral behind it all, we're only human.
We're only human.
Humans,
or trust your gut.
Yeah, trust your gut, and we make mistakes.
We make mistakes, and it's not a bad thing to be a human.
Yeah, there you go. So 3 out of 5 and 2.5 out of 5.
2.5, borderline 3.
Positive.
2.5.
So yeah, there you go. All right, we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.